In August of 2022, my sister and I took a weekend trip to Atlanta, Georgia to hear some live music and to do some sightseeing. After about a 5.5-hour drive from North Carolina, we arrived in the city and quickly checked into our hotel as we were running behind to get to a concert. We managed to get one of the last available parking spots in the parking garage, and to our surprise, the line to get in almost wrapped around the entire block. We were wondering if this is a normal occurrence and quickly learned that the concert got delayed an hour, which is why the line was so long. Once they started letting people in, the line moved fairly quickly. The specific music venue we were at was called the Eastern. It has an open layout with standing room only seating and holds about 2,200 people. I thought it was a pretty cool place, and I felt there was adequate room to move around even with a crowd. We chose to stand in a further back row that wasn't as crowded. Leah Kay opened the concert.
What the fuck is up, Atlanta?
Followed by the main act, Chase Atlantic.
That was in the morning time. Let's do this shit.
Overall, a cool experience. We got a nice view of the Atlanta skyline while we were waiting to leave the parking deck. We started the next day off with a late breakfast at Majestic Diner. The Majestic Diner has been open since 1929 and is considered an Atlanta landmark. Their breakfast menu consists of Southern classics, and I ended up getting the biscuits and gravy. After breakfast, we continued on into downtown Atlanta, and after finding parking, headed to the Georgia Aquarium. Let's go! We opted to buy tickets ahead of time and chose what time we wanted to enter the aquarium. This made getting in quick and easy. The aquarium does have its own parking deck, however it was sold out by the time we got there because we didn't realize you could purchase parking ahead of time. So I suggest doing that to save time and stress of having to look for parking. This aquarium has 2 stories and multiple exhibits, with majority of common sea life you usually see in aquariums, with the exception of one unique exhibit. The Georgia Aquarium is home to the only whale shark exhibit in the US, with the only other whale shark exhibits existing in Taiwan and Japan. This is a really beautiful exhibit, and it allows you to get an up-close look at the world's largest fish. It's one of my personal favorite exhibits. The tank glass holding these gentle giants is over 2 feet thick, as you can see here. We of course visited the other exhibits throughout the aquarium too. They have the classic tunnel you can walk through, although they've switched the traditional sharks with stingrays and fish. This big guy is called a potato grouper. And continuing on through the aquarium, we saw tons of other aquatic creatures. Of course, they also have a shark exhibit, so you can still get an up-close look at the predators of the deep. Overall, this was a really fun aquarium to visit and one that the young and old can enjoy. After spending about 3 hours in the aquarium, we headed on to our next destination, but not without a quick stop in the gift shop for some cute souvenirs. On the way back to our car, we cut through Centennial Park, where we came across this cool mural. Upon further investigation, we found you could download an app that would animate different elements of the mural. You'll also find 3 tiny doors within the mural, which is part of a different street art project. Centennial Park was also home to the 1996 Summer Olympics, and monuments to this event can be found throughout the park. Next, we headed to the Jackson Street Bridge, just outside of downtown, with a view you might recognize. If it's not too busy, you'll be able to find nearby street parking and walk right onto the bridge. If you are a fan of the Walking Dead TV series, then you'll recognize this view from an iconic scene. On the first episode of Season 1, a similar scene is shown as Rick rides into Atlanta on horseback. The last stop of our trip was the Yard Milkshake Bar, where we enjoyed these big, delicious servings of ice cream. Then we were on the road once again, headed home. We had a fun time in Atlanta and were able to cram a lot in on our short visit. To find more information on the places we visited, see the description below.